There we go. How's it going? Good morning still. I will have to pause at some point in the game, about 30-45 minutes, just briefly, and then we'll be right back. I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. So today, we did pee earlier. I didn't really enjoy my pee stream. Planet Side 2. It's an MMO FPS. I like my MMOs and I like FPSs, but there was a lot going on I didn't understand, and I think if I go into it, if I learn a little bit about the game rather than just jump in, maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more. So next up is S. We're going to do the Stanley Parable. I am dressed. You can't really tell in this lighting, but my shirt is like a dark green, and yes, I will actually be wearing the French fry tie to work. So let me go ahead and get the game screen up. Let's take a look. I know very little about Stanley Parable. I saw it, it had the letter S in it, and I liked it, it looked fun. Let's see. Play. You can see the video. Running the window. Okay. There we go, much better. Oh. Look at me, I look like I'm getting ready to actually. What's happening? Wow. Give me a second here. There we go, looks like I'm actually working on the computer. This is my jam, by the way. Sorry, me, we're gonna pause you. We'll come back to you after the game. Alright, look at me. Look at me. I'm typing on the computer. Game on game action. Gameception. Nice. Alright, back. Begin the game. End is never the end is never the. Okay, gotcha. The end is loading. The end is loading. That would make a good bumper sticker, I think. You just finished work? That's because you're over in the UK where work is, I guess, where we're at. I'm at 11:30, about 4:30 for you, so yeah. Understandable. Am I frozen? I don't know. It doesn't like me. Maybe we'll do the Stanley Parable today. Oh wait, there we go. Loading a little bit more, a little bit more. Excellent. Friday tomorrow, yes. So tonight after work, I will probably be doing Tron 2.0, which was a game I got back when it first came out a long time ago. If not, I might do Tekken 7. I just recently got that game. Tomorrow, Friday, would be you, and
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
step out of my office. What's going on? That's weird. I'm spinning. My guess is that's not part of the game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wow. That cannot be the game. But you know, achievement. Achievement unlocked. Achievement. I like this game. Steam community. Having the same problem by inputting JLook into the console. Not sure if that helps. I try pressing F6, the game saves, and I stop spinning. No messing with joystick. Alright. F6, got it.
This is the story.
F6 worked. Look at that. Thank you, Steam community. Look at that. Can Can I close them? How do I? No. Can I open doors?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, meeting room. That is a bad Photoshop. Why are there so many things on the floor? This place is a mess. Who wants to work for a... That's just messed up. Okay, that one's better. I like that one better. Anyone hiding behind the door now? What do we have here? It's almost like the fence posts are spelling out letters, but I can't make it out.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He's pretty eager to get me to that door on the left, isn't he? Nothing else? The door on the left. Let the coin decide. Thank you, Two-Face.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay. That's not bad artwork. 446. Do these numbers mean anything? 447. I see that's a clean and tidy room right there. I like whoever is that one. How do I get it? How do I get in there? I want to get in there. Okay.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drink. Okay. Drink. No.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
What's that? Legal pad. It is worth it.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Alright, narrator. You and I are going to have some words. We're going to throw some hands.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, I'm listening. Send me a message. Maybe that's the message.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay. I sneezed, sorry. First open door on the left. But that's also... You know what? We've disobeyed this far. Let's... Okay, the plans.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What's this say? Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. How about now? Perfect. Just like you, Loco. Perfect. So I'm getting fired, I guess. I have that exact same calculator and 45-degree triangle. Can I jump out the window? No. How do I get out there? I want to go out there. Okay, alright, so I'm there. Can I go in here? I don't have a card. Okay. Can I get the forklift? No. How do I... That's weird. Oh, hey, there's doors over there. How do I get the forklift? Warning, do not jump from cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. While in motion, will cause death. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, $5,000. Nobody backs Scooty in the corner.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the road. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Good. That's what I was going for. Huh. I wonder what would happen if we stayed on the cargo lift.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Yes.
could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yes, I
Perhaps he
did.
had simply missed a memo.
I probably did.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was
No.
not the correct way to the meeting room.
That's
and
correct.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I do know
Perhaps
perfectly
he
well.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That's fine.
Wow. Yes, this room. But
That
eager
room.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, I did. But no, I don't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's fine.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Herb. Who is Herb? Herbie Hancock?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I don't know. Kinda sus. Alright, fine. Where is she? She's hiding from me, or she's waiting for me in a dark room. Is she a vampire?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Death. What? Bye-bye. Okay, so there's a different picture. I'm wondering if that's the big boss's office. Get out of my way, lady. Good morning. Press B on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
That's kind of sad.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Okay, I get it.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
So this is a game about me slowly going crazy?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
I am slowly going back to my beginning room.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
I hate Mondays,
He won't
yeah.
listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Well then. Zero. Oops.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh, this is just like work. Like work. I don't know what the thing is with the spinning camera, but other than that, this is actually
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my
I
senses
like
were turned?
work.
He made a note to be
I
more
just
careful
hate
to
my
take it
boss.
from now on.
Who farted? Wasn't me. I hate Mondays. Okay. All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
You
it.
know he really is.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Heads we go down, tails we go through the door. Let the coin decide. Heads. Yeah, that narrator. What?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
The only door
Oh,
open.
no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay.
BA
yes.
start.
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
It's a garage. That's an odd place to park a van. He's getting me lost.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just
Fired.
Back to, who am I kidding?
Fired?
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Kind of matrixy there. Thanks for nothing there, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
All of his co-workers
We're going down the right door, and we're going to make
Stanley
it work.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, memo. Got it. Right.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
I think
find
so.
it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
All right. You made your point,
All of
but
his co-workers were gone.
we're still taking the right door.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Memo.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Thank you.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
You're punishing me for taking the wrong door, aren't you?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yes!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Adventure line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
No.
I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Sorry, narrator.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
Me neither.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
music does help though, doesn't it?
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
You're messing with me. Print screen. You got a screenshot now.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore.
Nico, how are you? How you doing? For some reason, the game spins when it starts up. If you hit F6 to save, it stops. Thank you. We're going to try to do tea tonight, which will be... yeah, I bet it is. Everything work out okay for you? Everything good? Didn't want to say too much on stream, but everything going good. Yeah, I see you back in Genshin and Dead by Daylight. I always enjoy you. I gotta admit, I enjoy it when you get.
Stanley, I say forget the adventure line. What's
When
it
you
ever
get
done
killed.
for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I think it's a trap. Cats tend to do that.
Now,
Be affectionate.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. It should be fine.
Yes, narrator. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Nico. Let me just give you a shout out. Okay, let me do this too. Nope. Yeah, hang on just a second here. No. Let me go back. Alright, cool. Alright. The big 27. Look at you. 20 more days though. You got any big plans for the birthday? You feel old. This is old. Two 7. Hope you can go out and have some fun.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Don't forget.
Mine goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
That's a good question.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Do it. Do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
Yes.
whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Oh. Back to the room. I do need to take a brief pause here. This is as good a place as any. Let me get over here. So, so far so good. We are slowly going insane, I guess. I do have to run a quick errand. Shouldn't take more than 5 or 10 minutes. I will be right back. You may talk amongst yourself. Let's see, maybe I'll play some music. Thank you, Jukebox Hero. Let's see. I got probably about another half hour in me before I need to go for work reasons, real work reasons, not Stanley Parable reasons. The narrator makes the game, and okay, yeah, I kind of dig it. I wasn't really into Planet Side 2 earlier, but this game, yeah, I dig it. Alright, let's see. Let's keep moving on then.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do.
One moment. Let's try that again. Alright, let's see. Really? Again? Can I bust the door down? No. No narration. Is he done with me?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
We're
to
broke
his boss's
Wednesday.
office,
I
hoping
feel
he
that.
might find an answer there.
Whiteboard manager. Wow. That is that is tomorrow we're going to complete today's unfinished agenda items. We're going to write the next day's agenda, and then we're going to reflect. That's more right above me. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is not cost efficient. Target, push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standard graphs, 40 times wide, not cost efficient. Get Chris out the broom closet. Ongoing, get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Synergize paper. Hire someone to synergize paper. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on topic of...
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems
I'm
to think
reading.
I have
Give me a
nothing
minute.
better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything.
Pranking
This is why
4 or 5
Stanley and I
meeting.
are on such good terms.
Don't tell 422 about me meeting. Ideas of development. Cabal planning. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, charts, and slides. Oh, yeah. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Yeah. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, please. I'm begging. Stop. The boss appreciation. Circle the top things you most love about your boss. Fill out and typically return to your boss appreciation specialist. Right now, you're both of them. Nature success. Mitosis. Metamorphosis. Comatose. Less air. Spring break. Clear skin. Pollution. Don't get fired. That typically is a tip for not getting fired. Let it ball up inside you. Take it passive aggressive. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. This is so accurate. Using side to assure employees that everything is okay. There was some bevel on all the text. So, okay. Wow. This is very accurate. Bi-quarterly post-review review. We need less reviews. 402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion and the primary review schedule. But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Teenagers, the size of demographic. Space between the teenagers, a lot of percent. Work harder, hard worker. Find teenagers to put in the teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap. Throw something in the bin, in the ideas bin. 1. No more bins, trash cans. 2. Rename the idea. 3. Firing of me. It's the idea bin. Synergize core value expenditure, shift global market paradigm, monetize free to play. Help, I'm a post-it. Broom closet. Wait, someone was in the broom closet, right?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Oh yeah, there's the broom.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
But there was someone in the closet. We were supposed to get someone out of the closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
There's someone in the closet. Okay, someone other than me that's in the closet. We're supposed to free them out of the closet. It was in the to-do list.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even make sense to me, because literally, this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I feel like this
is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His
OLG, how you doing, girl?
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. Thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
today we're playing
himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
I'm flying now.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
I'm good.
How could it be?
Good.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of the world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Except... Yeah, thanks for
Stanley
nothing.
began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
This game's a trip. I didn't do what it said
The
at the
story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance,
Hi,
for
Broom.
just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
That is
And
true.
in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
This is my surprise face. It's called the Stanley Parable. I'm an office worker. There's two doors, and I've been picking the door on the right. It wants me to go through the door on the left. But I'm not doing what the narrator wants, so it's actually been more fun. I think this time we will do the door on the left. I'm at the work, I'm at job, and this is what I'll be wearing to work today: a green shirt, dark green shirt, and a French fry tie. Chips in a shirt. Let's see. Here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's like yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office,
Alright, let's keep moving. It's like the one we took earlier.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why
Nope.
did he feel this now, when
Nope.
for years it had never occurred to him?
We're not
This
questioning
question
anything.
would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Looks like a trap. That looks like a trap. Hmm.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
You know, I somehow had an idea.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'm not gonna die. Hmm.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I'm not dead yet. Why did the narrator's voice change?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as
Really?
alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
No idea. Wow.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The game over?
Where were all of his clues? They're throwing us a
I like freedom. Well, now. Well, now. There we go. So, I do have to get ready for work. That seems like a good place to stop. We'll see about how we can complete the game another time. The narrator, bit of a jerk. Thank everyone for stopping in. Oh, hey, I didn't do this yet either. Who else is here? I did like this game. The narrator is what made the game. I know there were a couple games from the game company. I can dig it. I liked it. I will be off to work this evening. I will be doing T for Tron 2.0. I remember enjoying that game when it first came out. Another one of those few games I got on DVD, DVR, CD-ROM when it first came out. But thanks each and every one of you for showing up. I enjoyed it. Enjoy you more. I intend to, we'll go over some world events, maybe before the game starts, just so we can keep an eye on things in the world that may or may not be good, bad, or other. What else? That's about all I can think of at the moment. I appreciate your support and your love and your attention and everything in between. I really don't know how to end these things, so thanks again. Take care.